Uh, Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'm going to make a quick statement. I'm going to give you each about a minute and a half. Okay. So I'm not trying to be rude, trying to make sure I hit it all. I want to hear from all of you. I couldn't agree with you more, Ambassador Curry. We need a coherent policy. We got virtually nothing out of the last administration when we would push them, whether it was Blinken in front of us or whether it was the administration. I'm pushing to make sure this administration doesn't make the same mistake. And so they've got an opportunity. My message to them is seize it. We need to do that. Ms. Karim, I would like to know from you, we've got a number of these initiatives that have been going on, but I'm curious to know from your view on the ground, how is the interim caretaker government's treatment, the current Bangladesh government, how has their treatment of the Rohingya refugees differed from the previous governments?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think, well, I also want to make it clear that Bangladesh itself is going through a huge political transition, given that the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina have been kicked out of the country and the new interim government. But to be frankly, we haven't seen any much larger policy change yet since the interim government in terms of refugee response in the camps. But there has been lots of improvement, including transportation, the very basic grassroots level improvement in the camps. But we haven't seen much policy change yet from the capital. So I think in terms of responding, Bangladesh itself, what we would like to see from them and have not seen yet, would be allowing refugees to walk in the camps. And I would echo Ambassador Curry on this. Refugees want to walk, of course, and it's not only
be self-sufficient
in the camps to help their families. Yeah, correct. And it will also prepare refugees for their return back to home, so we don't have to keep coming back and forth to Bangladesh over and over again.
Great. I'm going to stick to my own admonition here. Got 3 minutes. Mr. Ross, the October military junta raid on online scam centers in non-junta controlled eastern Burma had seized Starlink satellite devices. What does the operation reveal about the junta's relationship with scam operations? Is it genuinely cracking down or selectively targeting operations outside its control while protecting those that benefit the regime?
Thank you for the question. I think this is purely a performative act. The Myanmar military and the border guard forces that control the areas where the scam centers are operated from are very closely intertwined, and there are strong personal linkages, financial linkages that extend quite deep on both sides. So the intent behind this, I think we need to link it to the elections. It's an effort by the military to and its allies in the border guard forces to give the impression that it is cracking down ahead of elections, but without the substance behind it to actually demonstrate that it is cracking down. There's a new crackdown that's been happening this week against one of the other scam centers called Shui Koko, and information in the public domain suggests that several thousand people were notified in advance that this crackdown would happen. So the leadership
very
was
effective
able
way to do a raid. Right?
Leadership was able to flee, and perhaps evidence, materials, other things that would be of interest, or squirreled away to other scam centers that continue to operate. So it's a purely performative measure. Again, the areas where these scams are taking place are intricately linked to the military itself. And operate with the acquiescence of the military.
Okay, Ambassador Curry, do you agree? And what can we do to encourage or actually verify that those crackdowns are effective?
Well, there's not a lot we can do inside Burma to do that because the regime is, as I 100% agree with everything that Mr. Ross said about the performative nature of these. They do this with drug seizures too, where it's kabuki theater. They warn the kingpins in advance and the important people are gone. There's always a scapegoat of people who are arrested, and drugs that are burned and in this case, things that are seized, but it's always very performative. I think that, again, money, it's about money. We've got to find better ways to cut off the flows of financing in and out of these regimes and in and out of these scam centers. That's the key. Treasury needs to have a dedicated set of resources to this problem and really like put some people on it and do it immediately. It's costing Americans money and lives, and it's enabling a whole ecosystem of criminality that's endangering us, our allies, and the future of Burma. Thank you.
With that, Madam Chair, I yield back and thank you very much again to all three of you.